If you have a student who is currently at Henrico County Public School in the Spanish program 1, 2, 3, or 4, this program would be of interest to you. We at the Language Hub in Glen Allen are going to run a 6 weeks end of the year program for students in either of these four levels. And this program is meant to help your students prepare for the final exams if they are in Spanish 3 or 4, or just to finish up the year strong and prepare for next year. At this point of the school year, students are often confused about what they have learned so far. And we want for them to be comfortable and confident in what they've learned and how this will connect to what they will learn next year. Our end of the year program runs over 6 weeks. It's going to start immediately after spring break on Saturday. It is 1 hour a week in a small group of people. They will be conversing and reviewing grammar points as follows. If they are in Spanish 1, this is 1 or B for some students in 7th grade. We will be reviewing the present tense of regular verbs conjugation. Start talking about irregular verbs like tener, ser, estar, the difference between ser and estar, stem changing verbs, how they behave, the fact that nouns in Spanish have genders, therefore, the adjective has to match the noun, and the articles have to match the noun, and we have various articles and possessive pronoun options based on the noun. We will be bringing in every single one of these grammar points, connecting it to a conversation. Throughout the 6 weeks, students will be talking about themselves, their family and their hobbies, their emotions, the weather, how to tell time, and possibly food and household chores. As a general guideline, students with different teachers in different schools may be touching different topics. We know that these are the topics usually introduced by teachers. So we will be asking on the first session to all students which topics they've been working on in class in terms of vocabulary and which grammar points they've been working on during the year, so that we can work without adding material for the students just on what they have learned, but bringing up all the vocabulary again and connecting it to the grammar points that they have covered. Spanish 2. They have learned that in Spanish there are two different types of past, preterite and imperfect. They have talked about their daily routine using reflexive verbs in the present and in the past. They've been comparing people. They may have learned the difference between saber y conocer, slight irregular verbs that end in go, like tener, tengo, or venir, vengo. Verbs like gustar, which seems easy, but it's very complex, and possibly the gerund. They may have touched conversation topics like hobbies, shopping, travel and transportation, for sure the daily routines, possibly ordering at a restaurant, and technology. In Spanish 3, they will have learned the future and conditional tenses and possibly the subjunctive. They should have learned the command verbs. At this point, it gets kind of tricky. Spanish 3 is usually the first year of high school. Students come from many different schools, and teachers have to deal with many different types of students in terms of what they have learned, what they master, and what they did not cover in the past. So, once again, we will ask the students what they have learned, put that on a board, and give them a broader view. If some students learned about the present subjunctives and others didn't, we will cover the present subjunctive. It is going to be an introduction for students who didn't do it. Therefore, a head start on next year. and it's going to be a review for those who did cover it. In Spanish 4, they will once again change teacher, so the new teacher may assume that they have covered some of the subjunctive or not. So we want the students to be at best prepared. This is going to be done through descriptions, talking about vacations and giving directions, talking about medicine and history, storytelling, and the environment. We know that the environment, or el medio ambiente, is one of the big topics of Spanish 3 and 4. So if they haven't covered any other of the topics here mentioned, it is perfectly fine. We will focus on what they have covered, so to review the topic, because this will be used also next year. Last, in Spanish 4, we bring everything together. The conversation topics, again, the environment, possibly art, internet and social media, um, really anything that the students have done, we will welcome them to bring it to the table. We will use it for conversations in bringing together all of the tenses that they've learned in Spanish: present, past, future, conditional, and subjunctive, demonstrative adjectives, and the if clauses. This is a crucial part of their language learning. Students that chose to do Spanish 4, they are for sure, they have for sure an interest, or they are performing better in Spanish, for which they decided to go all the way to Spanish 4. So this class will be very enlightening for them when it comes to bring all the language together and use it really. We will hope to make this a a great experience for the kids, for them to fall further in love with the language or come to appreciate the language because it can be used in their everyday life. It's not an abstract subject that they study in school. We truly hope to see your students soon. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Email is info@thelanguagehub.info. The WhatsApp number is 224-817-7760. Or you can visit our website, www.thelanguagehub.info, to view all of the programs that we have. If your student is unable to make it to our Saturday classes this time around, just be aware we do have our summer intense review program. The same topic, the same material is going to be covered within one intensive week of 3 hours a day of Spanish. That way, the students will never lose touch with the language and will be able to build on the conversation on a day to day in a fun, engaging, and guided environment. Thank you for watching and take care.